Okay. All right, so page 283, number 2, they give us the g of t function to equal 5 plus 2t. Now, there's kind of two ways to go about this. In part A, we did g of 2, and we plugged 2 in for t, and we got g of 2 to equal 9. Well, in part B, they're asking us for the inverse of g of 9. If we apply our understanding of a function and its inverse, we actually could do this problem without doing any work. If in part A, when we plugged 2 in, we got 9, in part B, if we plug 9 into the inverse, then we should get 2, because we know that the x and the y's just switch whenever you come up with the inverse. So what was the x becomes the y, and what was the y becomes the x. So that's probably the most efficient way to do it. Now, if you don't think of that, then what you have to do is you have to go through and you have to find the inverse of g first. So let's actually do it like that. So let's say we take our g of t, change g of t to y, and now we have to switch the y and the t. So we'd have t equals 5 plus 2y, and now we solve for y, subtract the 5 from the other side, and divide both sides by 2. T minus 5 divided by 2 equals y, or we can say equals the inverse of g of t. And now we would plug in 9. So we would have 9 minus 5 over 2. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that would be the longer way to go about getting the answer. But either way, gets you the same correct answer of 2. So number 4, let's start with equation A, which is y equals 6 minus 2x. Equals 6 minus 2x. So we're going to find the inverse of this. So we switch the x and the y's, and we solve for y. This would be negative 2y, and then I have to divide both sides by negative 2. So I get x minus 6 over negative 2 equals y. So there's my inverse. So now I just go through the list of all the options in number 4. Okay, so this is going to be a little more difficult. If you look at all your options, none of them are in this form. So let's try to find the option that is equivalent to this form. So if I factor out, let's see, if I rewrite this, I can write it as negative 1/2 x plus 3. I'm applying the denominator to both terms in the numerator. So let's see if that form exists as one of the options. It does not. But now if I factor out a negative 1/2, I'm going to be left with x minus 3 divided by 1/2 is 6. That equals y. And this is actually answer option E. So this is answer option E, right? So now you can cross out A and E because you know they're a match. But now go on to part B and find the inverse of that equation and match it up. And then go on to C and so on and so on, right? So number 4 definitely requires quite a bit of work and quite a bit of algebra.